Hi everyone, this is our video report for the casting lab where we casted molten metal, got to use the Instron, and learned about some mechanical properties. The first thing that we did in Lima's lab was meet Doug, who showed us the MDF mold we would use. He explained to us some of the particular reasons why the mold is designed in this way. So the vents ensure that the metal fills the mold completely before it cools. And this is really important because it ensures that the specimen that we're testing is uniform. Here's Anya and Doug getting the mold ready. After we poured the sample, we left it to cool for approximately 5 minutes before removing it. Doug helped us pry the mold apart, and the first time that we saw it, we were all really surprised to see how colorful our specimen was. We learned that this was due to the formation of oxide layers, which develop on the surface of the aluminum as the sample cools. So light will interact with all of these oxide layers, and this leads to thin film interference. I also thought it would be important to include that Doug said we had the most beautiful specimen he's ever seen. Next, we cut off the rigs while Larry gave us some unsolicited advice. And then we brought our dog bone over to the Instron where we ran a tensile test on it. It was pretty cool to see how ductile our sample was, and we observed a lot of necking in our specimen, which we had discussed in class. Afterwards, we mixed up some epoxy and put a little bit of our sample into it. After it was done curing, we polished the sample, which was really enjoyable, and then we looked at the roughness of it. We deliberately chose to focus the instrument on a part of our sample that had a noticeable line on it. So you can see that on screen now, and our surface ended up not being very smooth, even though it looked reflective and shiny, but it was very interesting to see it magnified on the computer. Finally, we did some Rockwell hardness tests on our sample. And here are just a couple of fun pictures of our team holding our sample and having fun. Thank you for listening.